Hello and welcome to AI Market News by LM. Today, we are breaking down a massive geopolitical shockwave that's sending ripples through the global markets, a sudden, dramatic regime change in Venezuela.
So, the whole world woke up to some absolutely stunning developments. A U.S. military incursion has effectively removed President Nicolas Maduro from power, a move that is, frankly, sending powerful shockwaves across the entire globe.
And then came this statement from President Trump, which has left everyone with, well, way more questions than answers. He's declared the U.S. will oversee Venezuela's affairs for the foreseeable future. A huge deal. So, how did the markets react? Well, it was a textbook move, a classic flight to safety, as traders and investors everywhere just scrambled to figure out what this new geopolitical risk really means. As you'd expect, investors started pulling out of riskier assets and piling into precious metals. Silver saw a really significant surge, jumping 3.6%. And it wasn't alone. Gold also popped 1.9%. This just reinforces that powerful demand for traditional safe haven assets. You know, the places people put their money in times of global uncertainty. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Look at the digital asset space. Bitcoin also surged, hitting a 3-week high. It seems like some investors treated it as a digital safe haven, an asset that's decentralized and outside the control of any one government, caught up in all this turmoil. You'd think with Venezuela sitting on the world's largest proven oil reserves, prices would go through the roof, right? Well, they fluctuated, but they didn't spike uncontrollably. The key thing to understand here is that there's a massive global supply glut right now, which means the market can probably absorb this kind of disruption, at least for now. Okay, so moving from the markets to the global stage, this U.S. intervention has drawn some really sharp lines in the sand. It's creating a deep and frankly immediate political divide. A whole chorus of nations, including major regional players like Brazil and Mexico, and of course global powers like China and Russia, came out and strongly condemned the action. They're calling it a blatant violation of international law and, national sovereignty. China, which is a huge buyer of Venezuelan oil, was especially forceful about it. They labeled the move a hegemonic act, basically accusing the U.S. of acting like an empire and just imposing its will on other countries. But on the flip side, some security officials in Taiwan are looking at this through a completely different lens. They see this decisive U.S. action as a pretty powerful warning message, a military deterrent aimed right at Beijing. And all of this has just sparked this intense debate. Are we entering a totally new era of geopolitics? One where established spheres of influence are challenged and maybe even enforced by direct military might? It's a heavy question. And what about Venezuela itself? In the middle of all this, its future is just deeply, deeply uncertain. And the most immediate challenge is its collapsed, yet absolutely vital, oil industry. I mean, this timeline really puts it all into perspective. You can just see how decades of mismanagement, political chaos, asset seizures, and of course, those crippling international sanctions have absolutely decimated what was once a global energy powerhouse. Yeah, this chart just perfectly illustrates how dramatic that collapse has been. To go from over 3 million barrels a day down to less than a third of that, it's staggering. So the crucial question now is, what's it going to take to fix this? The task is, well, it's monumental. It's going to require a staggering amount of capital. And President Trump himself has thrown out a number. He's suggesting it'll take over $100 billion for U.S. companies to go in there and fix the badly broken infrastructure. But who's in charge on the ground? Well, the political situation is still totally chaotic. The acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, has a pretty weak mandate. And with a lot of Maduro loyalists still in powerful positions, there's a serious risk of internal power struggles. That's not the kind of stability you need for major investment. Okay, so with all this geopolitical uncertainty swirling around, let's zoom out a bit and look at what other key events are on the horizon this week that could really move the markets. Beyond Venezuela, we should pay close attention to a few things. The U.S. December jobs report is going to be crucial for seeing how the world's biggest economy can handle these new global shocks. And then you have major announcements coming out of the tech sector at CES, which could easily sway an already fragile investor sentiment. We can track the whole upcoming economic schedule on sites like investing.com. So I guess the question this all leaves us with is a pretty profound one. Is this unprecedented move the first step toward a better future for Venezuela? Or does it just open the door to a new and unpredictable era of uncertainty for the entire world? This video is automatically generated by NotebookLM, an AI-powered tool. The reference sources used in this summary are listed in the video description. As this content is AI-generated, there may be errors in proper names, pronunciation, or unnatural speech. This video does not provide investment or trading advice. Please make investment decisions at your own discretion.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.